it is looking real bad for some characters in Stranger Things season 5. What is up, y'all? We are back with another Stranger Things season 5 video, guys. Before we get into it, definitely smash the like button because it definitely helps. So we've been getting, some news regarding Stranger Things season 5 that's been very interesting, such as titles for the episodes, and the directors that's going to be involved with these certain episodes. And we just got a crazy video that has some type of audio. Someone was driving past, and you can hear a situation with Dustin and Steve Harrington possibly, and we got to get into the details about this. But to get into it, so we got a title for 6 episodes of Stranger Things season 5, including one we already knows about, and that is The Crawl, guys. I already told you what I think that it's about. I think that episode definitely relates to Will Byers and everything. But as we get into it, we have episode 2. Now this is very interesting. So episode 2, we have the title being The Vanishing of Blank Wheeler. I immediately think about the episode that kind of resembles this episode with The Vanishing of Will Byers, and that was in season 1. But to get into it a little more, this has me thinking about Karen Wheeler, just because we saw some updates early on with filming the Stranger Things season 5. She was getting her filming out the way and everything, and then we saw stuff that was connected with the hospital, the Hawkins Memorial Hospital. So it definitely kind of points at Karen Wheeler. But we have other characters, like Nancy and Mike. I don't know if they'll do Nancy and Mike just because that's a wild thing to do in the final season. But we did see, Nancy having that situation with Vecna and everything in the Rainbow Room in the lab. And it can definitely be Nancy also, or it can be Holly Wheeler or Karen Wheeler. For me, I think I'm leaning more towards Karen Wheeler, just because I can see that happening with her, because we saw like the early behind the scenes of her and everything. That can definitely set some tone for season 5. But that's just what I was thinking. In episode 3, we have something called the Turbo Trap, guys. Now the Turbo Trap is basically just bass trapping for the floor. I want to say just like for sound and stuff like that, and just kind of isolate the sound. That's what I think that is for. And we know we got WSQK involved in season 5, so it definitely makes sense to have an episode called Turbo Trapping when we have a radio station, WSQK, and everything. And this kind of connects to a radio. Episode 4, we have Sorcerer. That can pretty much mean anything. I mean, it's a sorcerer, so you could just get into that. But episode 5, we have Shock Jock. Once again, episode 5, we have Shock Jock, meaning a radio broadcaster or a DJ. So definitely still connecting to WSQK. I knew WSQK was gonna be something big in season 5, just because they gave it that surfer's boy look with the van. Now we have the radio station involved, so I'm pretty sure we're going to be really involved with WSQK. And we saw the van being parked outside that big mansion, that very interesting mansion we seen. So I'm pretty sure as we push through with season 5, we might see more of the van and WSQK, just because it seems like it plays a big part in season 5. So episode 6, we have Escape from Chemazotz. Now this is definitely weird, because I don't know what a Chemazotz is. I had to look into it. Mainly, a Chemazotz is basically a death bat. And as soon as I heard the word bat, I thought of Demon Bats and who passed away dealing with bats, Eddie Munson. We've been getting so many hints on possibly how he could return and things like that connected to D&D, how he could come back as a vampire. And then we just seen him do a convention. He's at a panel, and he was kind of grinning and stuff when the character was brought up about returning. So I definitely think we can get like a flashback or some type of reincarnation of Eddie Munson. But I'm just saying, just seeing this episode being called Chemazotz, and the bat, when I kind of looked into it, the bat actually definitely resembles the Hellfire logo. So maybe that's them giving us hints that the one and only Eddie Munson will make an appearance in season 5. I hope so. That'll be so cool for us Stranger Things fans to see an appearance with Eddie Munson. And just the fact that we have an episode, which is episode 6. John Levy will actually be directing episode 6, and he also directed the episode Dear Billy, so we know what we're going to be getting with that episode. Something epic, something very detailed that will get us pumped and have our blood rushing. So definitely can't wait to see episode 6, followed by the rest of the episodes. But we also got a rumored list basically on who will be directing these episodes. And we have episode 1 directed by the Duffer Brothers, episode 2 directed by Frank Darabont, which he actually directed Shawshank Redemption, so he's no stranger to, you know, like cinema and stuff like that, so that's very interesting. He's also doing episode 3, and then back with the Duffers at episode 4, and then back with Frank at episode 5, and then episode 6 we got Sean Levy. So that is very interesting, y'all. I cannot wait to see what happens with season 5. But to get into the craziness that I just actually got from seeing this out there in the community, I will not be posting any video or nothing like that, just go out and check it out yourself, because I don't want to, you know, get into that. But spoilers ahead, it seems that we're going to be getting a scene, guys, that is going to be taking place with the 2 characters of Dustin Henderson and Steve Harrington. So in this video, you hear basically Dustin screaming his lungs out, and it's like it almost gives me Final Act vibes or something we already seen coming. He's screaming his lungs out like it's like the end of time, just how he was screaming with Eddie Munson. He's screaming and he's telling Steve Harrington to run. He's saying run over and over again, like something is after him. And then we hear, it sounds like it could possibly be Steve Harrington saying grab him by the throat. I don't know, it might not even be Dustin Henderson, but hearing this, it just makes me automatically think about the scene with Eddie Munson, just the exaggerated screams. And one of the voices are definitely Steve Harrington. The grab him by the throat definitely sounds like Steve Harrington. But you hear in the beginning of the video, you hear someone call for Steve. It says like, Steve. Overall, I think that this is very interesting. It seems like, because, you know, we just heard that they were working on a final episode. I don't know what the hell's going on. Overall, it, like I said, I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's Dustin or Steve. Maybe it's neither one of them, but one of the voices sound just like Dustin Henderson was screaming, and Steve Harrington. So overall, man, I can't wait to see what happens with Stranger Things season 5. A lot of stuff is being out there in the community and picking up. I definitely want you guys to comment down below everything you think about, you know, with the episodes and stuff like that. But man, I'm gonna just say this: if that's Steve Harrington, bro, I guessed it. I said it because, you know, the original plan, they were going to actually X out Steve Harrington until he got that babysitter title above his name, and everyone started liking Steve Harrington. He started growing on everybody and stuff like that. And pretty much what I see in the community, a lot of people have been speculating that Steve Harrington is going to be the one that goes. You know, I speculated Will Byers, possibly 11, but I'm still going to be sad if 11 passes. I mean, if anyone passes, I'm going to be sad, but it's seeming that it might be Steve Harrington, like everyone is speculating. I know a lot of people are not going to like that, but the video is out there, man. Go look at your own risk. And Dustin Henderson, sounds like it's Dustin screaming, but I can be wrong. Comment down below what you all think about everything I just talked about in this video. Unfortunately, this is the end of the video. I want y'all to hit me on my social medias at ILIKESCARY on Instagram, ILIKESCARY_ on TikTok, Brandon on Facebook, ILIKESCARY on Twitter, and yeah, you all right there where it says subscribe. Next to it, click join and become a member of the channel. I will see you all in the next one. Peace. Until next time, y'all.